Hello guys, my name is Quartz, and today I'm starting a series called 5 Moves every NBA team should consider this offseason. So today we're starting with the Atlanta Hawks. So here it is. 5 moves that the Atlanta Hawks should consider this offseason. Number 1, trade Kent Bazemore. So this offseason the Hawks have 50 million in cap space, and they should definitely consider going after some free agents this year instead of next. In 2020 there aren't that many top quality free agents. Um, there's like Draymond Green, DeMar DeRozan maybe available, but like players like Kristaps Porzingis and Anthony Davis are surely gonna have extensions by the time that the 2020 free agency rolls around. So I definitely think that the Hawks should go for it now instead of later. So the trade I believe they should do, they should trade Kent Bazemore and 2 second rounders this year, picks 35 and 41, to the Wizards for a conditional second round pick, maybe 3-4 years from now. And this is why I think this would benefit both teams. So this would benefit both teams because the Hawks they get the cap space that they need to sign the free agents, the top like tier free agents, and for the Wizards they get potential future assets. Right now they're in a weird, wonky place. They have John Wall to this like crazy super extension, and he's already out for next season. And so I think right now they should just acquire as many assets as they can. They should just be like doing everything they can to get picks and young players. And this trade I believe would do that for them. I don't know if they'd be willing to acquire the 19 million. I believe that Kent Bazemore has for next season, but it would definitely, the Hawks could definitely work something out. They have another second rounder. They could throw in that other second rounder, but I believe that two second rounders should get it done. And the Wizards will definitely have the cap space if they reject Jabari Parker's team option, which they definitely will. He hasn't been that great for them, and yeah. So one thing I forgot to mention about this deal is that the Wizards get the ideal situation to start tanking with a player like Kent Bazemore. They can start acquiring players on minimums and just tank for this season, try and get that high draft pick for next season because there's not much else they can do. Number 2, re-sign Torian Prince to a team-friendly deal. Okay, so Torian Prince has been one of those players that's flown under the radar this season. He's quietly averaged 14 points per game, about 4 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game, which is quite decent for a wing. And he's only 25. I guess 25 is kind of old, but he's still got room to grow. And I definitely think that they should consider re-signing him to a team-friendly deal this offseason. Maybe I would say in the 40 to 48 million range for about 4 years, so maybe 10 to 12 mil per season. That would be a really nice contract for the Hawks. They get like their solid, I guess, starter at the 3 spot, and they have plenty of room. Plenty of time, to grow him, to build this like Hawk squad. So I think this would be smart. He's been shooting 39% from 3 and 44% from field goal percentage. And so I think this would be a smart pickup. So yeah. Number 3, re-sign Alex Len to a team-friendly deal. So Alex Len has again, like Torian Prince, he's been quietly one of the most consistent players for the Hawks. He's been averaging 11, 6, and 1, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, which I guess his rebounds aren't that impressive for a center, but he's shooting 49% from the field and 36% from 3, and that's quite decent if you ask me. That's like he's been the starting center, yeah, and I guess if you're looking for a quality center, maybe he won't, like, I'm not saying he'll be the starter for he'll be the future center of the Hawks, which I'll get to that later on in this video, but he's definitely a solid backup center, and I think that he'd be pretty nice coming off the bench, and just he's a consistent player that you can rely on. So that's why I think the Hawks should re-sign him. Number 4, Nikola Vucevic. So I think Nikola Vucevic will bring, that, I guess, a quality star player to the Hawks and excite, their fan base. With Nikola Vucevic and the young core that they already have, I think that the Hawks could definitely make a playoff run in the East, especially, with how weak the East has been in recent years. Not like the top half, but like the bottom, 5 through 8 playoff seed teams. They've definitely been weak. And I think the Hawks could make a good playoff run if they added Nikola Vucevic. He'd pair up really well with Trae Young. He's got the ability, to run the pick and roll very well, and I think that'd be very effective with Trae Young. Trae Young can drive to the basket, and he can shoot well from outside. He shot 36% from three, this season, and that's very good for a big man at the 5. And he'd pair up very well with John Collins next year. They've both averaged 20 and 10 this year, and so imagine how dangerous they could be playing together on the same team. That'd be exciting to watch. Number 5, Danny Green. So this is why I think that Danny Green would be one of the smartest pickups for the Hawks. If we look at the 2019 free agency class for shooting guards, because with that starting lineup of Trae Young, John Collins, Vucevic, and Torian Prince, the only position really that'd be, I guess, weak would be at shooting guard. But they have a really good young prospect in Kevin Herner, and I believe in him. He's averaged 10, 3, and 3 this season, which is pretty impressive. But he still needs that time to grow, and he needs, I guess, a sort of mentor. And the Hawks need a experienced veteran that can come in and just perform consistently. Because I'm not saying that Kevin Herner won't perform consistently, but we still don't know. I mean, he's only played 1 year in the NBA, and I think Danny Green, he's the perfect player that won't steal all his minutes. Like he'll be able to share minutes with Kevin Herner, and he can also play minutes at the three, sharing minutes with Torian Prince there, and he's pretty efficient. He shot 45% from 3 this season. He shot 46% from the field. That's those numbers are quite good, and I don't think the Raptors will have the cap space to sign him this offseason. And I guess when you're looking at the other free agents, the only other shooting guards are Jimmy Butler and Klay Thompson, and those aren't very realistic options for the Hawks. I think they'll both resign with the Warriors and 76ers. And I think that Danny Green, he bring a real I guess quality to the Hawks. He I think jump him maybe not into the top 4 of the East, but definitely 5 to 6 seeds in the playoffs, and they could definitely make a run. Another player I considered at putting here is JJ Redick, but I think JJ Redick would definitely be a starting shooting guard and take up Kevin Herner's minutes, which I guess is not a bad thing. Like Kevin Herner's still a sophomore, right? He's not ready, I guess, yet to become like a starter in the NBA, but you definitely want to consider, would this hinder Kevin Herner's development, and would this slow him down a few years? And is that opportunity cost, of JJ Redick, and giving the Hawks that extra quality, is it worth it? And that's the thing that they have to decide. But definitely Danny Green would make this Hawks team a real. Danny Green along with Vucevic and re-signing those other 2 players would make the Hawks, contender. I mean, not contenders, but playoff team in the East, a solid playoff team. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, peace. Ain't nobody finna hold you down like I'ma hold you down. So baby, is you really rockin' with me? Is you fucking with me? They gon' be so easy to swear some things. Just cause you in the way.
esa mamacita que te haga daño. Tú esclavo, is you really fucking with me? Is you rocking with me? Yeah. 1, 2, 3 modelos en the Mavis, this is baby. Sure you won't chase it, just forget how much you miss it, baby.